Welcome to this Pixatope tutorial. In this video, we'll create a reconstruction using the studio floor. Start the worker program and position the camera in the tracking area. The sensor camera needs to see the environment it will be using for orientation. In this case, it is pointing to the floor using the high contrast corners of the text and footprints. Open the settings. Select the lens file for the worker. Then adjust the settings for the camera if necessary. The frame rate must be higher or equal to the production frame rate. Keep the exposure time below 4000 microseconds to avoid motion blur. Gain can be increased to brighten the image, but it does also increase image noise. Gamma should in most cases be kept low to see details in darker areas. Position the camera and set the first keyframe. Move the camera approximately half a meter without losing vision of the tracking area. Take the second keyframe. The first 3D data has been collected and the tracking initialized. Allow extension is activated automatically. This will cause the program to take keyframes automatically when it notices that the perspective of the feature points has changed. New keyframes are indicated by green squares. The camera can now be moved to gather 3D information of the entire tracking area. Click on Set Coordinates. This opens the keyframe editor with all the keyframes that have been taken. Select a keyframe and set 3 points to define the coordinate system. The first point is the origin. The second point defines the primary axis from the origin. The third point defines the direction of the secondary axis. Select another keyframe that has a different perspective. Click on the exact same points. The grid will appear when each point is defined in 2 keyframes. Use at least one more keyframe to refine the positions. This keyframe should also have a significantly different perspective. On the right-hand side, the axis can be defined, visualized by the grid. The last step is to define the scale. The value describes the distance between the first 2 points. Remember to save the reconstruction. The point cloud now has the desired orientation and the correct scale. The grid in the worker video can be used to examine the precision of the tracking. The checkerboard is an optional guide. It can be removed after the tracking has been initialized. As soon as there are blue tiles in the video, the worker automatically and continuously forwards the tracking data to the chief program. The tracking data can be dumped into the system log for analysis. The 3 points must be exactly on a plane, ideally the floor. Don't obstruct feature points between the first 2 keyframes. Keep the 3 points in view for multiple keyframes from various perspectives, and move the camera. Do not only pan or tilt between keyframes, because panning and tilting do not provide 3D information. For more information on this, or any other Pixatope subject, please visit the Pixatope Help Center, link in the description.